Evelyn to Philip, V-mail dated January 21st, 1945. Dearest Phil, last night, as I had said in yesterday's letter, we went to the Browns' party in honor of Sid's return home. Harry, Mom, and I went, and Goldie stayed in to mind the kids. We took a cab and got there fairly late. Sid looks swell to me, though very much matured. He's just as quiet as ever and a little nervous. I'll bet there were at least 100 people there, and the din and racket made me nervous. I spent most of the evening laying in the bed upstairs, talking to Sylvia, Miriam, and whoever else chanced to come up. Etta came and brought the baby and her carriage, as she had no one to leave with Vicky. They simply opened the carriage and put the baby to sleep in the bedroom while Anita slept soundly in the next room. Everyone and then some more people were present. I can't think of anyone who wasn't there with the exception of those in the service. I met Sylvia's family for the first time, and since Syl is so crazy about Adele and talks to her folks so much about her, they have insisted that I pay them a visit only if I bring her, Adele, along, because they are most anxious to see her. I hope to make it some weekend soon. We had no means of transportation to get home, as all the cars were full to capacity. Lena and Bob took Mom, and Harry and I were left on our own. Harry was a little potted at first, but snapped out of it nicely. He managed to get a cab by hailing one on the outside, for the company said there were no cabs available. Consequently, I never did get to bed till 4 a.m., and Mr. I am so tired I could fairly scream. Adele did not nap today to add to the tumult, and we have some company this evening, Mr. and Mrs. Bader. I would go straight to bed were it not for the fact that I promised Faith faithfully that I would come over this evening. I did want to go there yesterday as she had no one at all, but she called an old friend of hers who came over and spent the evening with her. Guess it won't kill me to give up a couple of nights of rest if I can be of any help to her. She keeps saying that she can't understand what God wants from a little girl like her. She almost feels there isn't a God. Her mother was a widow at 39, and here she is done at 23. My heart goes out to her so much. She realizes that she isn't the only one, and is so spunky that I can't help admiring her no end. She's been swell, Phil, and I'm only sorry you couldn't get to know the both of them as I had. Adele and I were out all day long. Adele wore her galoshes, and we walked around and around the block many times. We were both tired when we came in, and I had no trouble getting her to bed early this evening. I couldn't get up to make her breakfast, so I just brought her juice and a glass of milk up to her and went back to bed after giving her some things to play with in the crib. I love you so much, Phil, darling. Your Ev.